Welcome to Gamesthetic episode 239. I'm Alex Light with Sparky3. Hopefully you're having a phenomenal day today, whatever day you are watching or listening to this episode. Back after a 1 week unplanned break. It was possible we were going to take breaks. We usually take a break for Thanksgiving time anyway, but definitely was not planned. I got very sick, so just did not do the show. ATFS also didn't have a show last week. It was a time last week to be off work and just on my deathbed, it felt like all week. It was great. So I do apologize for any coughing potentially today. I'm still battling that just a little bit. No Zach still, but funny enough, he could have been here if we did the show at the normal time. But I've got something going on later tonight, but we do got John. John, how are you?
I'm all right. It's definitely feel it. It's earlier in the day.
Yeah, no, trust me, because I slept in a little bit today. Christina told me what time it was. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get up. I gotta start working on the script. I gotta play a little bit more Prime 4. I was like, oh god, I slept in way too late. Yeah, no, I definitely feel that.
I had the opposite thing. I woke up a lot earlier than I normally would for the weekend. I was like, I guess I'm gonna play some Octopath.
Yeah, no. Definitely slept in today, so I definitely felt it when I sat down just for like an hour and got to play a little bit more Prom 4 before the show, and I'm just like, see, normally I would have the rest of the day just to grind this out, get a good chunk of time in. It's like, well, not so much here today. So we will be talking about a little bit of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Played it on Thursday, played it this morning. Didn't get a chance to play it yesterday because another thing I will talk about is I went to go see Five Nights at Freddy's 2 last night. So going to give my thoughts on that. John picked up Octopath Traveler 0. Can't wait to hear his thoughts.
Never played Octopath before.
Can't wait to hear his thoughts.
It's just been one that I've missed every time it's come by.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that. Let's see. The Game Awards, of course, is on Thursday. We will be live for the Game Awards, or at least we should be, unless my internet completely shit hits the fan like it did last year, where my internet took the biggest dump in the world. But we should be live for it, so we're going to give any possible final predictions we have, any like in terms of reveals or winners or ideas on the closer, and also just kind of touch on this weird statue thing that Jeff's doing right now. We're going to touch on that. I don't know what's going on with that. It's a weird thing happening. Let's see, what else did I have? I think that's the main things. Oh, the Godslayer. I want to touch on that here in a little bit. It's a new game coming out that I want to touch on. There was a full gameplay reveal for that. Pretty sick. And then there's everything else at the weekly wrap-up. We'll make sure to shout out some Rogue Energy as well as Spark 3 Shop later on. Join the Discord if you can come chat with us. And if you want to support us for it, Patreon's a great way to do so. Before we jump into stuff, anything you want to shout out? Anything you want to get off your chest? Anything special going on?
Let's see.
I got one thing.
Path of Exile 2 is having its next expansion in the league start next weekend.
Yeah.
I think the new league is called the Sacrifice the Fall, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But the big part of the update is a new class being added, most anticipated class since the announcement of Path of Exile 2 in the Druid.
Nice.
So for the first time ever, Path of Exile is having shape-shifting classes, or a shape-shifting class where Druid will be able to shape-shift between a bear, werewolf, and a wyvern.
Nice.
And be able to shift seamlessly between human form and like animal form. So I'll be checking it out at some point. I'll probably be checking it out next weekend. May not dive super deep into it, but I'll at least play it a little bit and check it out.
Yeah, nice. As you were saying that, I just realized I got more shout outs to do. So I guess first shout out is next Saturday on the 13th, Gamesthetic Awards voting will officially begin. I will have a video posted about that with the link for the Google's form to go vote. We'll be sharing it to people we know. We'll be sharing it in the Discord. I'll be sharing it in a couple videos. Next week's episode, I'll be sharing it as well. So definitely keep a lookout for that, and we'd appreciate your support on voting for that. The official video with all of the winners from the voting will drop on December 31st. So I think the voting period, is the 13th to the 23rd is the voting period. So that is something to look forward to there next week. God, I just had something else and I lost it. Oh, bracket. Yeah, Game of the Year bracket. Normally we do that live. This year, it looks like it will be a pre-recorded video. So just also keep a lookout for that video, just because Zach's availability has been a little tough. So we're gonna set aside time on a Sunday and do the video for the Game of the Year bracket, which is technically the Game of the Year runner-up
Yeah,
bracket because Expedition 33 will not be included
yeah.
because that takes out all the fun for us.
We aside from the bracket, we will still be doing a show where
Yes.
we go over our like
Yes.
our individual top tens of the year and like
Yep.
just our some of our favorite moments and stuff throughout the year.
Yeah, yeah, no, we'll still have our normal like end of year, beginning of year content that we do. So we'll do the bracket as a video. We'll do live on the show our personal top tens, and then of course like the first episode of the new year, which I think is January 3rd. I think is the date. We will do our 2026 outlook and most anticipated and predictions, as well as do a recap on how good we did on predictions this past year. I started
I don't even know what I said. I'll look at it.
so
I'll look at it at some point.
So
Uh,
on August 18th, I started going through that episode and collecting our predictions because I realized I never wrote it down, and I literally did not finish. I typed at the bottom of the message, "Not done." So, John, you got at least 2 hits right now. You got GTA 6 will not win Game of the Year because it didn't come out, and you said that Fable and Prime 4 will not release in 2025. So you got one right, one wrong. So
I got for that being as big of a meme as it was, came real close.
yeah, no, yeah, you came close. You came close on that one. So got to circle back. Got to figure out how we did. I got to finish that episode from Game of the Year and write down everything that we predicted and see how well we did. So yeah, we'll have all of our normal end of year content. It's just a slightly different. The bracket will be a video. So basically, the way the bracket video is going to go is like the first minute of the video is going to feel like a video. I'm going to stage it like a video. It's going to be scripted like a video. And then after that, it's going to be the normal conversation we always have and vote through it. It'll be great. So looking forward to getting those 32 nominees set up and get that voting done. But yeah, no, very excited for the Gamestetic Awards. Keep a lookout for that though, please. Thank you. Last shout out though, just real quick. While I was on my deathbed sick last week, I did check out one game that came to Game Pass. Came out last year. 1000 X Resist. It's on Game Pass. Got to go play it. It's really really good. It's basically like a 3D visual novel is the best way I can describe it. There's no combat or anything. It's nothing like you're doing like that in terms of actual moving around. You're mostly just running around a hub area and just kind of talking to people. There, in terms of puzzles, there's not really puzzles. Like you have times where you're essentially jumping back and forth between 2 points and just again talking to people and gaining the story. There's some slight like warping that you do, but it's not like you can miss it. You just like click a button, you warp to it, click a button. In terms of the gameplay, it really is just like a 3D visual novel. But the story is so fascinating, dude. It is such a fascinating story, the way it unravels. Chapter 1 will absolutely confuse the hell out of you. At least it did for me, where it's like there is so much being thrown at me right now. I don't know what the hell's going on, but we're going to keep trying. We're going to figure it out. And I had a great time as the rest of the story unraveled. The game had a really cool fake out moment for me where it's like you thought you were done and you weren't. So I love when a studio does something like that, when they get super creative with how they will fake you out on if you beat the game or not. I know a lot of like PC games have done this before, where they'll just like completely fake you out. I know one of the most notable out there is like Doki Doki Literature Club way back in the day, like the original release, where it's like the game would literally close itself and corrupt itself because in the game, the narrative of the game, your file gets corrupted. And like when you were on PC, you literally had to go into your actual computer files to like delete the corruption. So it's like I appreciate when there's like any sort of fake outs like that, right? So there was a pretty nice little fake out in the game. And I also appreciated the slight changes to like the studio logos, right? Because it brings you back as if you're booting up the game. And like the studio logos are like they've changed, they're like covered in blood and stuff. It's like, oh, that's pretty sick. But no, the game was really good, man. Basically about it's a post-apocalyptic world where there is essentially, as depicted in chapter 1, like a virus that took place, and there is like one person who's essentially, I guess, like the Ellie of the world, who's immune. And I don't really want to say what happens with that character and just how life moves on. That is something that you really do need to kind of just figure out. But it is something to definitely check out and just kind of watch the game unravel. It's very tough to talk about without spoiling things. I will tell you up front, it will be a Gamestetic Game of the Week at some point. So I'm going to figure out how to properly talk about it without spoiling the game. Because like I know there's a pretty lengthy description of the game. Like if you look it up, like I feel like the description spoils a lot. Personally, it's like, man, that's all stuff that I wouldn't have wanted to know going into it. You know, I kind of want to figure it out and let it unravel. But no, very fun game. You can beat it probably at about 10 to 15 hours is my guess. There's multiple endings, and the way that you decide the multiple endings is pretty cool. Not gonna lie, I enjoyed that as well. But definitely worth a check out, especially it's on Game Pass. It was nominated for multiple awards last year at the Dice Awards, so definitely a standout from 2024, and really enjoyed my time with it. So I think that's all I got for shout outs. You got anything?
Not really shout outs.
Okay.
Just stuff I've been playing, but I'll get into that in a
Yeah,
bit.
we'll get into that.
I do have a question for you.
I have an answer.
Kind of jumping into it.
I got an answer.
How's Prime 4?
It's fun.
Is it everything you were hoping it was going to be?
So I'm still very early, you know, again, because I played it.
Yeah,
I played it Thursday. I didn't get to play Friday because I was going to see FNAF, and I played a little bit this
You
morning.
know how it is, though.
Yeah, you get a feel.
You've been looking
Yeah.
forward to it. You kind of have an idea. It's like, is it what you expected?
So it is basically what I was expecting. The thing is, it's just another Prime game, you know, and that's not a bad thing because all the Prime games are like really high quality games. I mean, the first three, you know, for example, all like had 90 plus Metacritic scores. So this one got a little bit of controversy online because it didn't score a 90, which is the dumbest thing in the world. Dumbest conversation that a game doesn't score a 90 and God forbid it's bad. That's why we harp on there's nothing wrong with a 7 out of 10 game. No, if you know, going into it, man, you really feel like you're back into a Prime game, which is great. Because you know, when you're playing Metroid games, like there is a clear difference, obviously, when you're playing Prime or you're playing like Metroid Dread. Like you can tell you're playing Metroid, but the feel for it is so distinctly different. Obviously, one's 3D, one's not. But it's like, man, getting into this game, it's like, yeah, we're back to a Prime game, baby. Here we go. We're back to Metroid Prime. This is legit. The game, you know, in terms of gameplay, it's super smooth. It's super snappy. It's super snappy to the point. I almost feel like this is one of those cases, kind of similar to a small extent, almost like Twilight Princess, where Twilight Princess came out on the GameCube and the Wii, and it was very clearly designed to be a Wii game, right? And they molded it to the GameCube for a controller. I slightly feel that way sometimes playing Prime 4. It's like they really want me to use the mouse controls. I'm not going to. I'm going to use my new Pro controller I just got. But they really want me to use the mouse controls. There's nothing that impacts your gameplay where it's just like, but you can just tell playing it in the feel, you know, where it's like, yeah, I could see where this would probably feel really nice with the mouse mode. So I almost want to try it at some point. I do want to actually get a mouse grip. They sell those for the Joy-Con to have it a little bit better feel for you. I do want to try that at some point, but like I feel like the game really wants you to do the mouse controls. It's still good with controller. It's very snappy. It feels good. It feels fluid. But it's just I don't know if that's just me that feels that way, but I definitely feel like yeah they want me to do this. The environments are beautiful, which I'm not surprised. All the Metroid games have looked incredible. The original Metroid Prime game basically like set a standard back in like that year of like, hey, this is a 2001, 2, or 3 game. I can't remember what year exactly, and it looks this damn good. Like Metroid Prime games have always looked great. So like going through the like you know getting to see like Soul Valley, which is like your hub world, the Fury Green, which is the jungle, and I can't remember the name of the thunder, the lightning lab that I'm in. But like just the visuals going through each of the levels, and you know it is beautiful and astonishing, right? You know, it's those times where like a game like this, you really want to take a moment to stop and see the sights because also from a scanning perspective, because that also aids you in the game is just scanning everything that you can find. So it really, you know, you really do have the chance to kind of stop and take everything in. Now, is it everything that I hope for? I mean, the main thing for me is that it's a Prime game, but I will say this up front. This game, I feel like, would have been so much better off if it just never got revealed and never got the news that it got rebooted. Because I feel like that has caused some disappointment in people of you revealed this in like 2017, like release year of the Switch, and you can assume it was already in development before 2017. So potentially 2016, 2015, this thing goes in development. You reboot it, I think like 2 or 3 years later. I think it was like 2019 it got rebooted. And now it's 2025 and it just came out. And it's still a good game. But I think with that sort of narrative behind it, you know, the narrative that kind of feels that, where the game, we joked about it. Oh, this game got Prime forward. You know, that's the joke. I feel like that almost caused some disappointment for people where it's like they get it and it's like, all of that, and this is like what we get, just another Prime game.
I mean, I can kind of understand that feeling with people, but at the same time, the people that are gonna have that affect them is so small compared to
Correct.
the average person who's gonna buy the game.
Yeah,
The average
correct.
person who's gonna see Metroid and go, "Oh, Prime 4, I'll pick that up. I remember playing those."
Yep.
They're not gonna know the development cycle of the game. They're
Right.
not gonna know that the game's been being made for 10 years.
Right. Right. Yeah, no, I see that's the boat that I'm in too, is that it's not a big deal, right? Like it's still a Prime game. It feels good. It's worth playing. 7 out of 10 is a good game. It's a good game. It's worth playing. It's worth picking up. You don't really. It does help to have some context of other primes, right? But at the same time, this is still a game that anyone can kind of jump into.
Like
Um,
I don't have any, just full disclosure, I have no plans of playing this game.
no,
But it's
totally fair.
also like I'm not a Metroid fan in general,
Right.
and I'm especially not like a Metroid Prime style fan.
Right, right. Yeah, no, and that's totally fair. And there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna be the same way that there's gonna be a lot of players that have never played a Prime. They maybe played Dread and they're gonna pick this up. Like, oh, new Metroid game, cool, whatever. There's gonna be players that only played Prime because the remaster came out and that was their first
Yeah,
experience with Prime, and they're still gonna pick
yeah.
this one. That's fine too. Like I said, there up front, there is some context you won't get on a few things. But like if you just take it as what it is, it's like, oh, we're in this game. Metroid games are not heavy on the story in front of your face. The story is within like
Yeah,
the lore of the game. Like,
you kind of got to dig for the
yeah,
story.
exactly.
It's always been one of those.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you can kind of piece things together because I mean I feel like one of the only things you might be a little lost on if you've never played a lot of primes is like who's this Silux guy, for example?
The,
Like he's got an amiibo. He comes in out of the get go. Who is this guy?
the
Right?
question
Like stuff like that. But you can
question
figure it
for
out.
you, I assume at the point you are in the game, it's come up some. Is there any point to that stupid bike that they showed
It's
off,
just
or is it just something that they added so that they could sell it, or
it's
sell it as in like a peripheral or like an amiibo or toy?
so
Because that's what it looks like to me.
so the main point is just allowing you to better traverse Soul Valley. So basically, going into the game's release, everyone that had the early access, kept saying the same thing over and over again. And now that I've been playing it, I totally get where they're coming from. Metroid Prime 4, to an extent, is almost like an old school like 3D Zelda game,
Oh
not
yeah,
Breath of the Wild or
I've
Tears.
heard that too.
Yeah, and Soul Valley is essentially your Hyrule Field. So Viola, the bike, is essentially your Epona to traverse Soul Valley and go to the 4 separate regions you got to go to. So that's the main thing. With the area that I'm in the facility that actually builds the Violas. So I have already got to drive it, but I have not got to drive it in Soul Valley yet. That will be after I finish this portion
Okay.
of the game. But yeah, from everything I've seen in videos, it's just traversing Soul Valley is the main thing.
Yeah.
I've gotten to drive one section in the area that I'm in right now, and that's it so far. But like, it's
I
just traversal.
I guess the follow up question I have kind of answers my first question too. Does it feel, because you say it's kind of like your Hyrule field,
Yeah.
which would be like your hub area.
Yes.
Basically, it's where you go to your different worlds.
Yeah. Correct.
Does it feel like that hub area needs to be as big as it is to require a bike, or
I
could it have been smaller? Would it have made sense to be smaller, or does it feel like you need the space to travel to actually make
Right.
it believable?
So from what I saw, it does feel pretty large, but I cannot answer the question based on what to do yet because I haven't got to traverse it yet with
Yeah,
the Viola.
it's
But
just
from what
one
I've
where
seen in videos, it just feels like a very large like hub. It feels like
well,
Ocarina of Time, Hyrule
yeah.
Field, Twilight Princess Hyrule Field, Majora's Mask Termina Field. Like
It's
it just
just
feels
one
like
where
that.
it's like I want in my head. I'm like, does the area need to be that big to make it feel believable, or is it just that big so that they could put a bike in it?
See that, and
That's where my brain is
yeah,
at.
no, and like by the time I beat the game, I should be able to firmly answer that question because that is a phenomenal question that I thought of when I saw Metroid Prime 4 and the bike and Soul Valley, and I saw all these previews, I saw the videos of the hub world. I'm like, okay, was that necessary, or did they really just want to try something different, or whatever?
I guess the other
I
thing
have
would
the
be
same
once
thing questions.
once you
Yeah,
get in there, I guess if there's enough, like either things to do or cool things in the hub world,
Right.
it doesn't matter. I guess it also doesn't matter if the bike feels good, fun to drive around. If it doesn't get tedious by the end of it,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll be able to answer that question hopefully by even next week, because the game is not that long, which also caused, some haters to just hate. Where it's like I saw Spawn Wave, he said that he beat it in about 11 and a half hours. It'll be about 15 to 100% it, and I saw people meme on it's like, oh, they spent 10 years and it's only an 11-hour game. Again, if the game never just got revealed, if the
I
game
mean,
got revealed 2 years ago, I don't think that this conversation will be happening.
it's
It's
all,
just this dumb conversation.
it's also this is a $70 game, right?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
was just assuming it because it's
I
not
think so.
it's not going to be lower than that.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, it's 70. Yeah, it's 70.
'Cause it's one where it's like that's just become more popular in the
Right.
past couple years, where people, or I mean, it's always been around, but it's become more, I guess, relevant in the last couple years because in the last few years, the the big 70 or approaching like $80
Yeah, yeah.
games have been like, or the good ones have been like these like 60+ hour masterpieces
Right.
a lot of the times. But it's like people tend to forget. It's like I think if like for a 15-hour, roughly 15-hour 100%, if they would have put that at a $40 to $50 price point, I don't think anybody says anything.
Exactly. But it's Nintendo,
But
and they're
but
not.
yeah, but it's Nintendo
Yeah.
doing that. But it's one where I don't need every game to be 100-hour.
True.
A
I'm glad.
100-hour. It's like I'm
Yeah.
perfectly content when I play these like 10 to 20-hour
Yeah.
like enclosed experiences. Granted, for those 10 to 20-hour experiences, I don't necessarily want to pay $70 for,
Right.
which is I can understand that.
I can get the
I
frustration.
can understand the finding that out and then with the story behind it and the price point at it. But it's one where, it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. No, because like whenever I saw
'Cause
that
at the end
Spawn
of the
Wave
day-
beat it in 11 and a half, I got excited. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Because
I got other stuff to do.
At the end of the day, it's like when you finish the game, do you have a good time?
Yeah, exactly. That's the main thing. And I mean, the few hours I've played now, like the probably only like 2.5 hours I've played, I've enjoyed it. I've had fun.
Yeah.
I mean, again, the game feels good. The environments are beautiful. The level design has been fantastic. The puzzles have been a lot of fun. I've had no problems with it. I've had no problems with like the one random character that's also in the game that talks. I've seen people bitch about that. It's like, oh, I want my Metroid game to feature no talking characters. I'm like, dude, they've done this before. All right, so pump your brakes. I know it's not a common thing, but now
Also, calm down. We can't come after Nintendo and tell them we want voice acting, and then come after them and tell them no voice acting.
Yeah, I
like,
know.
Make up your mind.
Yeah,
people.
there's only been a few games to feature like speaking characters, like to the extent of like what, like let's say Mackenzie is, and like the other Federation troops. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's basically like your Navi of the game. He helps you out. He's got a hub base, and he's just like, oh, you have the power back on. Cool. All right, here, try going here now or whatever.
I mean,
it's your Navi of the game.
It
That's
is.
why I'm saying it's like a Zelda game. It's a Metroid Zelda.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's like people are gonna find it. This is one of those games where it's like it has the problem of people have known about it for long enough.
Correct.
That now that it's out, people are gonna nitpick it.
Exactly.
It's like everybody's gonna nitpick it for whatever reason they can, and it's like that's what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, for those of you who bought it and play it and beat it, if you had fun,
that's all.
that's all you gotta. When you finish the game, just go. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
If your first thought is, if you finish the game and your first thought is how much money you spent on the game, or like question any like that on it, it's like clearly you did not enjoy the game as much as you should have.
Right. No, I mean, like I said, I'm enjoying the game so far. I'm excited to continue to play because Metroid Prime games are just a lot of fun, man. Metroid Prime was like one of my first 5 GameCube games back in the day. Loved it. Played the absolute shit out of it. I would argue and say it's like one of like my most beloved games to some extent, right? So no, I'm having a fun time, but I do just stand by the mindset, which I think we're going to see very firmly going forward because we already have with Nintendo. They've already pretty much stopped their mistake with after Prime 4 and Bayonetta 3. That this game would probably have a much different conversation if it just got announced 2 years ago.
Oh
If
yeah.
that would have happened, this
Well,
conversation
it's like
would not be happening to the negative way that it has been.
we've talked about it for like 5, not Prime 4 in particular, but we've talked about it for like 5 years of but please
Yeah, stop. Yeah,
stop announcing games because it's like you're doing it as an advertisement to get a team together to
correct,
make it,
correct.
but stop doing that. Do it on your internal channels.
Yep,
Don't announce it to players who aren't going to be able to see anything on it for 5 years.
correct, correct. I do want to shout out just one last thing before we move on, and this isn't obviously new and unique to this game. This is Metroid. This is any style of game like this. I it's just every time it comes up, I just want it's involving silent protagonists. You know, I just love how like games like Metroid approach the silent protagonist sort of thing.
Well, it's also a silent protagonist in a suit.
Exactly. No, like they're
So you
just
don't even get facial expressions.
exactly. Hey, I do want to shout that out. There's one very cool minor little touch with that's so cool. Of whenever like you open your menu in your map, the game will very quickly flash Samus's eyes because you're seeing it through her visor. And if you get like too close to a wall and like blast your power beam, like it's like super bright and you can see Samus's eyes like kind of squinch. Nice, a little attention to detail. I think that's so cool. But no, one thing I've always loved about like silent protagonists like this and like especially like Metroid is there are two things that I just kind of just laughed at when it happened. Is like one with like I guess like a character like Samus who's like badass bounty hunter who's silent. You know, I love how she is just the most ultimate. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Let's do it. Because like there was a thing where it's like you're on this completely unknown planet. You and this McKinsey guy have discovered, yeah, this planet's nowhere on the star map. I don't know where we are. And like you're just like, okay, whatever. We're gonna go around. You come up to this like machine thing to transport from one area to the next one. Samus like, yep, just gets in. It blows off. Flies off. I'm like, man, you could have got in there. It could have grinded you to a fucking smoothie. You don't know what that machine does. Samus like, yep, fuck it, let's ride. And just get it and just goes. I love shit like that. It's just funny to me. And then also in the second area, I just finished the boss fight with Silux. He comes in to fight you. I love that it's just because of the silent protagonist. There's no talking. It just comes in, fist on sight. It's just funny to it's just funny to me. I know it's the way the game's designed, but
it is always a great thing because
Yeah.
it's like people just show up. It's like, fuck it.
yeah, no, it's just like he comes down, he looks at Samus looks at him, she puts her gun up, fight starts. And I'm like, I love it. It's just again, Metroid is not the one to do it. A lot of games do this. It's just always funny when it happens. Of just seeing a character, it's like, yeah, I don't know what this machine does, but sure, I'll get into this little tube and see where it takes me. It could blast me to space for all I know, but whatever.
It's one where it's like Metroid's not the only one to do it.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It's because we don't get a lot of these silent protagonist games anymore. Really.
Yeah, everything's so narrative, which is fine. I love narrative stuff. But it's like when you get them, it's fun to see those little moments.
Yeah, it's fun because you forget how funny it is.
Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, Silux comes down, look, gun up, on sight, time to fight. I'm just like, love it. I love it. Now, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, very fun. I've enjoyed it. If you have played any Metroid games at all, I definitely recommend it. If you've never played Metroid games, especially Metroid Prime, I definitely would not recommend going into Prime 4 Beyond. I would definitely recommend doing Prime Remastered or Dread, but this is still a game that should be on your radar regardless and pick up. It's been a lot of fun. I've had a great time with it so far. I can't wait to finish it. I love Metroid Prime games. They're a lot of fun. All right, let's shout out some Rogue Energy. Use the referral link down below, promo code Sparky3 to get 10% off your order. It doesn't matter if they have a better sale going on. Use that code, whatever. Use the referral link. You can still help out the brand. Don't use our code. It's all good. It's all good. But if you still want to give us a little extra support, that promo code Sparky3 is going to help us out. But again, just use the referral link. Use the referral link. You're going to help us out. It's going to be all good. No big deal. All right. I'll touch on the FNAF thing real quick, and we kind of go from there. Because I didn't know you were going to play Octopath Traveler 0.
I didn't either.
So that's why it's not in the thumbnail or the title. So we'll get the Octopath.
I didn't think I was
going
to play it until like later on today.
Yeah, so we'll get the Octopath Traveler. So let me touch on FNAF because I saw it last night. The critics for this has been brutal, which naturally they usually are for movies like these, video game movies. Like the only video game movies where like critics are like, oh yeah, this is good. It has been like Mario and the Sonic movies. That's it. But like last FNAF movie, critics ripped it apart. Fans loved it. And it's especially been prominent this time as well. of the critics have absolutely ripped it apart more than the first one. Critics that I've seen, even some movie critics that I follow, said that it's worse than the first movie, and they do say that as a moviegoer with no game context, it's worse than the first movie. It's not a good movie as a non-fan. They did openly say, as a fan, you're probably going to enjoy it, but as a non-fan, it's a terrible movie. My verdict on that, because I'm not a diehard Five Nights fan. I've only played a little bit of Five Nights, right? My wife is the Five Nights fan. I enjoyed it better than the first one. I mean, the first one was a fun movie, right? But there was definitely some parts in it that was a little kind of stood out a little bit. It's like, okay, this feels a little out of place, but like according to her, like my wife, like it is out of place, but it's not. And with this movie kind of dialed it up a little bit more on the creepy factor, which was nice to see at various points. But it is still like directed at that younger audience and at the FNAF fans. So you're not going to get, you know, a slasher movie worth of murders and kills, right? You're just not going to get that because it is directed at a certain audience. But, you know, obviously the kills that we did get to kind of get the vibe for, better than the first movie. So they
So
did dial it up in that
I pulled
capacity.
up the Rotten Tomatoes
It's
on it, and
bad.
it's funny.
It's like a what, 11%?
13%.
Yeah.
On the tomato meter, but on the popcorn meter, which is the audience
Yes.
score, 88%.
Correct. It's a good movie, man. Like, and honestly, if you're a fan, you'll really enjoy
I was looking
it.
at the first one first, and it's still not great.
Yeah.
But that's way worse.
Oh yeah, no, it's bad.
That one is it's actually funny because the audience score is higher for the second one so far.
Yeah.
But the critic score way worse.
Oh yeah, no, it's brutal. So like, for me as pretty much a non-Freddy like diehard, where I understand aspects of the lore, I understand certain things. I still had a great time with the movie. It's just a fun watch. And like, I'm not like, dude, when it comes to like horror movies like this kind of stuff, like you're not going in there and you're not getting like a masterpiece. You know, you're not getting 1978 Halloween. You know, that's not what you're getting. Like most horror movies are not masterpieces. I'm sorry, they're not. I'm a horror fan. They're fun watches. There are those few masterpieces as they come, right? But like this is just a fun movie. Like you go in, you turn your brain off, you have a good time. If you're a diehard Five Nights fan, you'll have a great time. Like there's it's packed full of references. Christina was kind of pointing them out to me as we went. You know, so again, if you're a Five Nights fan, you're gonna love it. Like John just pointed out with the audience score. But even as a non Five Nights fan, I think critics calling this an absolutely abysmal movie, I think is like honestly a disservice to the movie. Because, like, again, I'm not the diehard fan here. There's only certain pieces of lore that I get. Um, I've seen complaints that the story is kind of all over the place. That's a lot of horror movies, number one. Let's go ahead and pump the brakes on that.
Yeah, you don't go to watch a horror
Yeah.
movie for the story.
Yeah, like number one, that's a lot of horror movies. Let's pump the brakes. And number two, I would actually disagree. I think the story was pretty clear throughout the whole thing. You know, it had its plot twist. You know, it's pretty kind of clear the direction that we're going. You know, the step-by-step process of everything. It didn't seem offbeat to me. It just felt like a horror movie, like a cheesy Blumhouse produced horror movie. What do you want from it? It's a Blumhouse movie. This is their MO. This is what they do.
It's their that is their style. That's what they're there for.
Yeah,
that's
like that's a lot of their movies.
That's why people go to see their movies.
Yeah, like it's I don't think it deserves the immense hatred that it's gotten. Like from the critics. I mean, and at least a lot of the critics are at least saying like, "Hey, if you're a fan, you'll enjoy it, but as a moviegoer, you will not." I disagree because I was definitely the moviegoer going into this, and I had a great time. I thought it was a fun movie. I had some laughs in it. I definitely will say one thing. I don't know. I don't feel like this is a spoiler too much, but it definitely feels like more of a Chica movie than it does anything else. Like Freddy is not super prominent in the movie, so just kind of be aware of that going into it. Like he's there, but it's definitely more of a Chica movie. And then of course you know our main antagonist is the puppet throughout the movie, which and the movie clearly sets you up for a sequel as well. So hell or high water, we're getting a FNAF 3, and the movie is very clearly set up for a FNAF 3 and for what's to come there. But I mean, overall, man, it was a good movie. You know, I'm not going to put it on a board score because we don't board score movies, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. It was a good time, dude. I recommend going to seeing it.
It's a great review.
Do what now?
This is a great review.
What is it? Let's hear it. Is
An
this a critic or audience?
Critic.
Okay, let's hear it. I want to hear this.
An inexcusable horror sequel that lowers the bar to 0 in
Wow.
terms of fun and fright. The only thing that scares me is its inevitable box office success.
Come on, it ain't that bad. See, listen, like it's not that bad, guys. Come on.
Oh man, what did this movie do to people?
That's what I want to know. It wasn't that bad. There was some goofiness to it.
I've watched some movies that I didn't care for. I've never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I would say one of the goofiest things about the movie was just the opening sequence to me. The opening sequence was the goofiest part of the movie to me. Other than that,
I think the goofiest part of the movie are some of these reviews.
that too, because it's not that bad. Like it's not a groundbreaking movie, but it's not that bad, guys. Come on. No, it's worth a watch. It's fun. It's a fun movie, especially if you are a FNAF fan. You'll have a great time. Even if you're not, you'll still have fun. I think it's better than the first one.
That's one. It's like I haven't watched them, but I mean, from the little I've seen of like clips here and there, and the way I've heard people talk about them, again, it's a Blumhouse movie. These movies are not made for critics; these are made for fans,
right?
And it's like critics are never gonna like these movies, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
they're not the target audience.
They're not. You know, they're really not.
Yeah.
I just wish the critic reviews wasn't as stupidly harsh as it is, because it's like, come on, it ain't that bad. I will say the beginning is weak. The beginning is goofy as hell to me. You know what I mean? It's the beginning for me was such trademark trope of like horror stuff where it's like, all right, come on, because it has like our main character, our main focus character of this story, and she's like trying to get the attention of multiple adults, and they're like, not now, not now. It's like that's trademark stupid trope, you know? That was the most goofiest part about the movie to me. The rest of it I thought was fine. I enjoyed it. It was a good movie. Go see it. Let's shout out some merch. Spark3shop.com. Head over there right now and pick up some merch. Like 7 out of 10 is a good game. Like I was just saying about Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Go pick up the shirt and rep it. Go pick up a hat. Go get a hoodie as things are starting to get a little bit colder. The B shirt and more. And we'd appreciate that extra support. Do we want to touch on the TGA stuff, or you want to go ahead and hop into Octopath? What are you feeling? I feel like the TGA thing might be short.
Yeah, let's just do TGA.
Okay, all right, yeah, because at least that way we can for once knock out all 3 title topics in a row. We never do. We never do. We bounce around.
Yeah,
we get the center one. Whoever is the center of the thumbnail and whoever's the first of the title, we always hit that first. After that, it's the wild west of what happens next.
Yeah, because honestly, TGA, I don't have a whole lot going into it. I'm kind of just. At this point, I'm kind of just geared in, ready for the show.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. No, I've been racking my brain constantly. I have no idea what could be the final ending this year. Like last year was such a curveball. Who would have thought we were getting Okami too? You know what I mean? Like I don't know what could be the closing this year, because you know it's going to be good. And I will tell you up front, like if this statue thing that's happening, if it is actually like Lords of the Fallen 2 for potentially, there's no way the statue thing is the closer. There's no shot.
No, I have kind of. I mean, I haven't been saying anything. I've kind of just been quietly hoping, I guess is the right word.
Yeah.
For that, like 2025's closer would be like something God of War.
Yeah.
It's like that's kind of. I've just been like quietly hoping and like not saying anything, not wanting to say it really, because I'm like, yeah, if I say it, it sounds early to say it, but honestly, it sounds the right time to say it for like if we're looking at whatever closes being like a year and a half to 2 years out.
Right.
Then it's the right time for God of War.
Now, let me ask you, what do you think it is? Because there's really like 3 options you've got. Do you think it's a brand new God of War rumored to be in Egypt featuring Kratos? Do you think it's this rumored 2.5D Metroidvania spinoff, or do you think it's a God of like?
It would be a mainline.
Okay,
it would be a new mainline game.
It wouldn't be like a spinoff about Atreus or anything, nothing like that. God of Mischief, call the game God of Mischief.
That would be
like you got 3 options basically.
I feel like that or the 2.5D. Those are a PlayStation Showcase closeout.
That's fair.
Surprise. But for a Game Awards or like
You
a
feel like
Summer
it's
Games
the
Fest,
big boy.
the big boy one, it has to be the next in the series.
Yeah.
Is where I'm leaning towards that.
Right.
Uh oh, I had something else that I was as like a potential, but I've lost it. As I've realized I was losing it and I was trying to not. Uh
Because last year was not only a common, we also got Witcher 4, right? The big trailer for Witcher 4. I think that was last Game Awards. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah,
was
yeah.
that Game Awards or was that Summer Games
That was
Fest? 'Cause
Game
I
Awards.
thought Game Awards. Oh no, because no, I got those mixed up. Because Summer Games Fest ended off with that weird sci-fi space game, didn't it?
What, Pragmata? I thought Pragmata opened it.
No. It was like the one more thing, and it was like a ship in space or something.
Oh, is it Naughty Dog's game?
Yeah,
The intergalactic
whatever
heretic?
that was.
Yeah, Naughty Dog's game, I think.
I think
Yeah.
that was the weird ending for earlier in the year.
Okay. Yeah, I can't remember. But I think last Game Awards, yeah, it was Witcher 4 and then one more thing of Okami 2. I think that's what it was last year. I know Okami 2 was the ending. I remember that.
Yeah, that was definitely the end.
Yeah, I
I
remember
just
that.
don't remember where Witcher got showed off.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was beginning or end. I don't remember. I don't know. No, I don't know what it could be this year because obviously it won't be like just going through like big dogs that we're aware of. Like it won't be Elder Scrolls, obviously. It won't be Mass Effect. It won't be Witcher again. Um, potentially
Halo?
God of War. Huh?
Halo?
No, because I mean we just had the campaign evolved and then everything leading up to that Halo championships was we're gonna reveal what we're working on. We're gonna reveal what we're working on.
But
So
yeah, it's like
I don't think it would turn
we've seen
around.
that, but they've also said they have multiple other things
Yeah.
in the works.
Yeah.
So and it's like the a lot of times the one more thing is a very quick showcase.
Yeah. But yeah,
So
that's true.
it could just be
I don't think it's gonna be a follow up to any game, that's for sure. I think it's gonna be obviously a reveal. But God, what would the reveal be is the big question.
just
It obviously won't be Persona because we have Persona 4 already in the pipeline, so we're not going to take away from that. Man, I don't know. I think God of War sounds kind of nice.
it's like
honestly. God of War sounds kind of
War
nice.
is where my brain has just been stuck.
Yeah, yeah,
At least on like what the big thing would be. It's either, in my opinion, it's if it is a big game,
Mhm.
it is a God of War, or it is an unannounced FromSoft game.
Oh, also true. Yeah, whatever else they're working on besides the Duskbloods.
Because we know they're working on like 3 or 4 projects.
Yeah, yeah. Because we got the Duskbloods, which is the Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive, and then whatever else they're doing.
Yeah. So I would have in my mind we're looking at like God of War level or
FromSoft
new single player like mainline from FromSoft like a Dark Souls 4.
Yeah. Or Bloodborne too. Everyone get their hopes up. That'll never happen.
No, because it's like I think the next in the line is gonna be probably a Dark Souls 4 or like an Elden Ring 2 type thing.
Yeah, yeah. They're not gonna come back to Bloodborne or Sekiro anytime soon, probably.
No, because it's like that.
Even though Sekiro won Game of the Year, but that was a really weak year.
Yeah,
for games.
there was not a lot going on.
Yeah,
that
I mean Sekiro. I mean I don't want to discredit Sekiro, but I don't think that was a Game of Year winner in a normal year. I think in a normal year, Sekiro would have been a third placer. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion. Could be a hot take. I don't know. People might come after me for saying that, but
yeah, that's kind of where my mind goes for like. That's assuming we're getting a big game.
Yeah,
because it's like if it's something under that level, I have no idea. It could be anything.
Yeah, no. In terms of like reveals and stuff, I don't really have like a strong beat on what's coming this time. The only thing that I'm very excited for is it's already confirmed is that Exodus will be getting a new trailer. So I'm very pumped up for that. That is like the spiritual like new Mass Effect in a way that stars Matthew McConaughey. Shout out to that as like one of your support characters. But they've already confirmed that they will be there with a new trailer. So I'm very pumped to see the new Exodus trailer and just see more on that for that game coming out next year. Beyond that though, in terms of the reveals, man, I'm just here for a good show.
Yeah,
I'm here for a fun time. In terms of like winner predictions, I think X-Fish 33 is going to do us a lot of damage. A lot of damage.
Oh yeah,
A lot of damage.
We've already kind of mentioned that. Yeah,
A lot of damage.
show as far as the show as far as like winners and everything goes, I'm not gonna be surprised by anything really.
Yeah.
I'm mostly just there for the announcements.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Right. Do you have any opinion on this stupid statue situation? Like what it could be? Do you think it's like Lord of the Fallen too? Because like I understand
I don't have much opinion on Lord of the Fallen. There's
Yeah.
the only thing is since I saw uh basically that it's not God of War because it was just the one thing the one picture I saw of it, my eyes immediately honed in on the armor piece.
Yeah, which I sent you the side by
Yeah,
side.
I had already seen a lot of it
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on. It's like I had seen that, my eyes had honed in there. I was like, "Is this God of War?" But none of the rest of it looks God of War.
Right.
So it's one where it's like
Corey says it's not God of War. Corey did comment on this saying it's not God of War.
it's one where it's gonna be something weird, and it's like for as much hype as it's getting, people are probably gonna be mad.
I think it's going to be the opening, personally. That's my opinion, is that it's going to be the opening. Whatever the statue thing is that Jeff's done, it's going to be the opening. If you haven't seen the statue thing,
Yeah, it's like the show.
Go look it up.
The show will open up with like Jeff running out on stage and that, and then it's like he's gonna do his weird acting bit where like something something shows up on the screen and it's gonna be this weird statue back there.
Yeah.
That's gonna lead into a trailer.
Yeah, exactly. I saw where like Jez Corden said that it was a Diablo 4 expansion, which that'd be lackluster if that was the
I had
case.
heard that too.
Jason Schreier then commented saying, I don't know where Jez is getting Diablo 4 expansion. That's not what it is. He's like, I'm not planning on reporting on it, but it is good. So that's where I'm at on this now.
Yeah.
I saw one person joke and say, what if it's Dragon Quest? You know, because like they filled in the redacted lines with like, I think the redacted lines like the silent blunt redacted. It's like the silent flames, something fate, new flame, whatever. So it's like, what if it's Dragon Quest? What if it's the new Dragon Quest? And I'm just like, that is something too. When are we going to get new Dragon Quest? When is that going to get more news on that game? Do you know?
Basically, all we get is about every few months, there's just an announce or like a message that comes out from the game director who just says, "Working on it."
Okay,
It's
kind of like Black Myth.
It's like they're like, "We're working on it." It's like when we're confident in what we have, we'll show you.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
But yeah, that's been 3 or 4 years since the announcement of it.
Also, I just said that, and it reminded me, the Summer Game Fest closeout was the new Black Myth game, wasn't it?
It was in there. I don't think it was it wasn't a closer, but it was.
I thought it was the closer.
I don't think it was the closer.
Because I feel like the Intergalactic Heretic, that might have been actually last Game Awards. I think that might have been part of last Game Awards with Witcher 3 and Okami. That's neither here. That's not the point.
Yeah.
That's neither here nor there. It's just
I
said Black Myth and my brain just started connecting pieces.
Yeah, no, it was shown off there at Summer Games Fest towards the end, but I don't think it was the actual end.
Oh, another game that I think we could potentially see is Control 2. I think you could potentially see that by Remedy. We had obviously
what has Remedy been doing? They made the
Alan Wake 2 and then Alan Wake 2 expansion, and that is working on Remedy. So that's why I feel like I'm working on Control. Sorry, that's why I feel like it's probably time for Control.
Was it them who made the weird multiplayer game in the universe?
They did make a multiplayer game in that universe. Yeah, I forgot what it's called. But yeah,
they
did.
With them, I feel like they announce stuff closer to when stuff's actually coming out.
Right. Well, I mean, Control 2 has been in development for a while, so you could get Control 2.
Yeah.
Because like I said, we had Alan Wake 2 a couple years ago.
Actually, yeah, Alan Wake 2 is further away than I thought it was.
Yeah, it was 2023. I think.
I was thinking last year, but it's the year before.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I
guess it could.
Yeah, Control 2 could be like somewhere in there.
Man,
that has the power to potentially have a massive spot in the show.
Yeah, that would be a kick-ass opener.
Yeah.
What a way to kick off and be like, this is the level we're hitting.
Yeah.
And
Control 2.
And open with that.
Yeah, imagine you open with Control 2. That's electric. You're in for a good show.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, you're in for a good show at that point. No, I'm very excited for the Game Awards. Like I said, we will be live for it. I don't know if Zach will be there for us. I have to confirm if he's working. But me and John will be live. I'll have my face cam on. He'll be in Discord. We'll just be chatting, and I'm looking forward to it. As long as my internet doesn't take a giant shit.
Yeah,
That was worst possible timing last year.
We'll be hanging out in a call watching it.
Yes.
It's whether we stream it or not is going to be dependent on his internet.
Correct. It actually just went out Thursday freaking night too. For whatever reason, my whole neighborhood and like the neighborhood behind us, over by the school, all of it went out. It was out till like Friday afternoon, and I was so pissed too because I got a text while I was at work. It's like from AT&T. It's like, hey, your internet's restored. For the outage is restored, but there's still a problem with yours. I'm like, of course, there's a problem with mine. Makes sense. No, I mean it resolved itself. They fixed it. I don't know. So hopefully my internet does not take a dump next week. Because like for context, normally I get like 900 megabytes per second kind of thing for upload and download both. Last year when I did a test, because I had internet connection. Last year when I did a speed test, I was getting like 4.
You joined on your phone.
Yeah, I was getting like 4 megabytes per second trying to do that stream.
Me and Zach were hanging out talking about it. You joined in from your phone.
Yeah, I just saw I could talk to you guys, man. I was lonely. It was tough.
Funny.
It was tough, man. Last year was tough. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I got no internet issues because man, it ruined the show for me last year. I missed like the first part of the show because I couldn't get it to freaking load. So anyway, yeah, we'll be live for it. It'll be fun. From there, let's do some Octopath Traveler 0, man. You picked it up. You've been playing it.
I kind of picked it up off a whim.
Yeah.
It was kind of one of these impulse buys because I woke up yesterday morning and I started seeing like YouTube shorts of people talking about the game.
Right.
And everybody who played it was talking so highly about it.
Yeah, incredible.
And I've been looking at Octopath 1 and 2 and being like, I should probably actually pick these up because I've wanted to play. I've said for a long time I want to play them.
Yeah, me too.
So I was like, you know what, prequel, I'll pick it up. It's like I'll pick it up, I'll see how it is. And man, game's fucking great,
right? Yeah, John's exact words to me is like, is this the quality we've been missing out on?
It's like, is this how these Octopath games play? Because my God, it's great.
Yeah,
it's like I'm not super far. I started playing a little bit last night. I'm about 6 hours in.
Yeah,
5.5, 6 hours in, somewhere in there.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean I played the demo and I had a blast in those 3 hours.
Yeah. So like Octopath Traveler 0. You start out in a town and then like you get promoted to like the guard of the town, essentially.
It's part of the guard, the
and
watch.
Then essentially so the town gets destroyed and during that sequence you come to find out that there's three kind of key I guess villains of the story, or villains in quotations there of the story. 3 antagonists, I guess would be the better way to say it. Who each rule from their own way.
Yeah.
One rules with wealth, one rules with power, and one rules with, I forget what they call it, but it's essentially influence of
kind of like a fame thing.
Yeah, fame.
Yeah.
I think is the way that they describe it. And they're trying to gather power by collecting these rings.
Yeah, the rings.
The rings made by 8 deities of the past. And it's like the game is basically going through stories. It's like you kind of pick your path that you initially want to follow. The path of fame, the path of power, the path of wealth.
Yep.
And then the other part of the game is rebuilding the town. And they're all their own quest lines. So you have a quest line specifically for building the town, quest line for going after each of the antagonists. And as you travel to different towns, you can interact with most of the people in each town. They have like these little interaction checks you can do with them for like learning things about the people. Some of them you can invite back to town, but depending on your level or your town's fame, like level of fame, essentially town level, you have a higher chance to be able to recruit people back to your town. And then when you have people in your town, you have to build houses and stuff to actually put them in, because certain people will give you resources if they are a part of your town and they have like a house in your town that they live in. Because like I have people right now that occasionally give me stone, metal, meat, wood, all
Mhm.
kind like basically a bunch of different resources. Just show up,
Right.
or I just always have some resources coming in. But yeah, the interactions are great because right now, like I show up at a town and I walk around, I talk to everybody, and then it's like NPCs will be color coded, like their little speech bubble above them for interaction will be color coded, telling you uh, basically if it's white, it's just someone that you can interact with. If it's green, that's part of like a main quest. If it's orange, it's like a follower, or it's basically like a side quest or a follower quest. So it's like the if you see someone with a different color, you're like, okay, that's a special interaction over there. Like so if I go talk to them, I'm going into like kind of like cutscene and potentially a quest to gain a follower or gain something out of it. And I'm finding that everywhere.
Nice.
Great.
Yeah. There's a lot of characters that you can get from what I
Oh,
saw.
there's a ton of care. I
Yeah.
like I said, I've played for like 6 hours, and like just my party of like 5 or 6 people that I have right now is all just people that I've found
Mhm.
and interacted with. I have like more than that at my town just hanging out that I've recruited so far.
Right.
The town building is I don't know, I haven't done a whole lot with it. My town's level 2 right now.
Mhm.
I only have a couple houses, but it's like as you level up the town,
That's something I'm excited for is the town building.
as you level up the town, you gain access to different types of building
Yeah.
and different types of like decorations and stuff that you can put there. And then it's like because at the beginning you have very limited amount of space, but you have limited people that you can actually interact with and have a decent chance to bring back because since it's all based on the levels of your town, like the level you have a power, fame, and wealth level, and depending on the person that you're trying to recruit back to your town, uh, you may have 100% chance to when you interact with them. You may have a 5% chance.
Right.
Uh, I've kind of rolled the dice a couple times and gotten lucky on like some 60%
Mhm.
to have some people come back to town. So it's been fun. I've just been exploring around kind of interacting with people. I've barely progressed some of the quests so far, or I've done like the first chap because it's like chapter one for the rebuilding quest and chapter one of the power quest I've done, and it's like I'm starting chapter twos, but it's like whichever one that you pick to start with. Like I picked power to start with. You can still go do wealth first if you want to go do wealth first. You just show up at the town, like you just show up to where the quest starts at and interact with it, and you just start that quest anyway.
Right.
It's just you essentially just pick which one you want to focus on.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey,
and,
I picked power in the demo because I'm about that revenge. Gonna get my revenge.
yeah, because it's like I've there's a funny for this being a like a like the style game it is. There's some funny interactions with it. I was talking to a guy at a tavern who I ended up recruiting, and he's basically the kind of like the bouncer of the tavern. They pay him to keep the peace, and he's talking to me about how he's like he's like, are you a man of faith? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? And he's like, yeah, yeah, it- uh, everything. It's like God sees us in everything we do, and he's like just talking. He's like, uh, I would hate. He's like, God punishes those who lie, and then it's like the guy across the tavern who starts like a ruckus, basically throws his mug around, starts saying like there was a bug in it and all that. And the dude I'm talking to, while he's in the middle of telling me about being religious and all this and like worshiping God, just turns and throws a bunch of daggers at the guy, and turns and looks at him and goes, "God punishes liars." It was the funniest thing.
That's great.
But yeah, it's like just little interactions everywhere I go.
Love that about games like this.
It's like I've already got a bunch of stuff marked down that like I can't do yet. I need to find someone to talk to, or I need to progress a quest further along, because I keep it's also I like I said, I walk into a town and I'm like, okay, well, in this building I see one person who has a green bubble and one person with an orange bubble. I guess I'm gonna be here for a bit.
Right.
And I just keep getting distracted with what I go to do. So I'm having a fantastic time with it. I've wanted to play Octopath games. I didn't expect to like really enjoy it this much.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy I bought the game,
Yeah.
because it was more than likely gonna be something that I just passed over again, like I have with all the other Octopath games.
True.
So I'm glad I took like actually gave it the chance and picked it up, because like I said, I've had a blast.
Yeah. It's gonna be one of those games that, especially as you play it more, to probably today, this weekend, next week, it's probably gonna be climbing up that your opinion list for the bracket coming up, isn't it?
It's great. I'm already holding this game pretty high up there.
Yeah, like it's already about to be climbing up that bracket, boy.
It is the level, like the combat is so good.
Yeah, no, the
The
combat
combat
is
is
great.
so good.
And the
There's so many-
demo really
there's so many
fleshes that
levels
combat.
to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is so. Like I said, I'm like barely 6 hours in, and I'm uh, it I can only see the game getting better from where it's at right now, but from where it's at, it's already fucking great.
yeah. I imagine that game for you coming out right now, right here at the 1st of December, as we're approaching all this into your content, you already kind of had a rough idea of what your top 10 list looked like, how you were feeling going in the bracket. Now you're like,
I've
well,
got
now
a-
I got a curveball.
Nah, the good thing is I have a couple standout games of the year,
Right,
and then I
me
have a
too.
lot of enjoyed.
Yep.
So it's like it's not too hard to like when a standout comes out. It's like, okay, well, you just boop, go up here, everything else move down.
Yep.
It's like that's the easy part about when a great game comes out.
Yeah, no, I trust me, I get it, because I've been debating on what my second favorite game of the year is.
I've had that locked in for a while.
Mine's between two, and that's why I just don't know, because mine was locked in for a while, but now there's a more recent one. If you catch my drift, that's like, is that my number two now? Because I really enjoyed my time with that game. So I don't know. I got to figure it out, because we got our top 10 list, and we got to figure it out for the bracket sake and stuff.
Yeah,
So
I'm feeling pretty good about my top 3 for the year.
Yeah.
Right, like kind of locked in. Underneath that is I've got some flexibility.
yeah, yeah. Now I know who's all in like the circle. You know what I mean? I know who's in there. It's just figuring out where they all got to get placed.
Oh no, I was trying to pull my document up earlier, but it wasn't loading the
Yeah.
right version of it. But it's like I already have it where it's already in order.
Right, right.
I already have it in order, and it's like as games come out and I play them, I'm like, if they're going up into the list, then I'm like, okay, well, you slot in here and everything else bump down.
Right, right. No, I'm excited to get my hands on Octopath Traveler. I don't know when I'm going to get it. I'll get it before the month is over for sure. Like either way, because just for context, it's something me and my wife do every year, is that we each give ourselves a list of like 10 games we really want, and we'll buy each other a game every year. It's just our tradition. Octopath Traveler 0 is on my list. So I gotta back off, because she might get it for me. I don't know. So I gotta back off that one. But after Christmas, GG, I'm buying it. If she didn't get it and she got me one of the others, fantastic. Because I think I know what she got me potentially. It's 1 or 2, I think. But either way, I'm getting it before the month's over.
Yeah.
I'm getting it before the month's over. That doesn't mean it's gonna make my personal list on stuff, because it'll probably be too late whenever I start recording videos and everything. But I will be getting it before the month's over.
Yeah, but no, Octopath Traveler 0, fantastic game. Again, if you're like me and you've looked at Octopath and haven't ever picked it up, it's a great idea to pick it up here. It's a little different from the other ones. You create your character and kind of go about your story from there. It's got the town building mechanic. Don't really know how that goes too much yet
Right.
because I'm still very early on in it. But we'll see. I'll update as I play more of it and see what all it has to offer there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great. It seems to be a great place to start the Octopath journey.
True.
Also, pretty good entry point. $49.99.
Oh, I know. That's great price point.
$49.99. Great.
Love seeing that.
Another great reason that I didn't mind jumping in on it.
Yeah.
When I saw that. So yeah, highly recommend if you're a fan of Octopath, you're probably gonna get the game anyway. If you've looked at it and thought you might enjoy it, it looks to be a great place to start because it's where I'm starting mine and I'm having a great time so far.
Yeah. No, I can't wait to play it, dude. The demo was so much fun, and I'm with you. And it's just like, dang, I know Octopath 1 and 2 play differently with a general approach to the game, but I can't wait to play those two. Like, if this is the quality of Zero, I can't wait to see the quality of the first because I've heard nothing but praise about the first two for years. So I'm excited to play the first two, but I'm super pumped to play Zero. The moment they revealed Zero and that Nintendo, that last like Nintendo Direct, all dedicated like Switch One games or whatever, I was just like, I've never played one, but this looks sick.
I didn't even have that thought until yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. I know. He called me yesterday about stuff. He's like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna get Octopath Traveler Zero. I don't know if I'm gonna play it right away, but I'm gonna get it."
Yeah, because it's like I had no thoughts about it. I had no opinion or anything, and and it was just one of those where it's like as the day went on, I'd seen more and more, and I was like,
"Fuck it,
I'm getting it."
Yeah, fuck it.
Like I don't have a whole lot else going on right now game wise. So,
yeah.
well, I guess that's not technically true, but
good December game. I'll definitely say that.
Yeah, it's like I didn't have that much new games,
right?
Because I have been playing a lot of games.
Yeah.
Which there is one new game that I have been playing though, and mentioned it to you yesterday. It's a game that I mentioned I think back at Summer Game Fest or something. Winter Burrow.
Oh yeah,
finally, Winter Burrow came out.
Yeah, shout out! I saw that. I saw that. It was like
one of the few games where I looked at and I went, "Oh, that looks great."
Yeah,
and you laughed at me when I think when I said it the first time because you're like, you would say that.
Yeah, no, and like just for further evidence that this is completely accurate. Somewhere, if you dig deep enough in our Gamestetic Clips playlist, there is a clip of John saying, "This was my standout game." I've got it somewhere in the Clips playlist.
But yeah, Winter Burrow was, or if you're trying to recall what it was this survival-esque game where you play as a little mouse. I think it's a little mouse.
Yeah, it is.
And it's a little survival craft game that takes place in the woods. Your little mouse trying to survive. Story of the game, it's fucking sad. Story of the game is you and your family lived in the wilderness in this little tree house.
Mm-hmm.
And your parents moved you to the city looking for a better life for you. Life in the city's hard.
Yeah.
They worked in the mines.
Oh no.
And barely made in their life they barely made enough money to send you back home. And basically the game starts with your parents dying and you going back into the wilderness to try to live in your home, your childhood home.
Oh my god.
And you get back to it and it's trashed.
Oh my god.
And
this is so sad.
Yeah, it's not a happy game.
I'm about to go download on Game Pass.
And then it's you trying to learn how to survive. And like your first task is to find your aunt who was like survives out in the wilderness. She never left. So it's like find her, basically. Have her teach you how to live. And then you just kind of make your way through the story from there. I'm not done with it. I don't know how long it is. Played it for several hours. It's enjoyable. It's a little bit of friction to it, as far as like a survival craft game. But the friction is just, it makes sense story wise because you're a character that does not know how to survive or anything. But you have limited inventory slots, like very limited inventory slots, limited tools. but it's a game. But it's also you're like you have limited cold protection too.
Mhm.
So it's a game where you can't in the beginning you cannot venture out very far because you go out and it's too cold, so you have to keep coming back to the house to warm up at the fire. So you go out, do a little bit of exploring, have to come back. You go out, it's like, and for a while you don't have very much inventory, so you can't do a whole lot of gathering anyway.
Right.
But it's one where in the beginning it's more about progressing the story than it is any sort of like a lot of gathering and crafting and stuff like that. So it's for what it is. It's just a cute little game. It's kind of sad so far, but all the interactions with different characters I've had so far have been great.
Right.
So I'm having a great time with it.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I saw that dropped, and I was like, I wonder if he's gonna actually remember that was the game.
Oh yeah, yeah. I also picked up a game. It didn't come out. It didn't come out this year. It's a game that I've been looking at for a little bit. I think it's called Atlas Fallen, like Rain of Sand or something like that.
Hold on, I think I've heard of this. Let me look this up.
It's just a dumb action game. I don't know a whole lot about the story of this game. I haven't paid too much
Okay,
attention to it.
I've seen the game, the cover art. I know I've seen that before.
I haven't paid too much attention to the story, but it's a game where you essentially become the chosen one because a gauntlet that you find decides to lend you its power, and a lot of the game is going around in these big open areas and collecting fighting big monsters and collecting parts of the gauntlet to awaken the rest of its power.
Hmm.
I'm not very far in it, but it's just a dumb fun game.
Right, just one of those that you can just
It's
turn
just
your brain
it's
off.
just one of those where it's like I go into it, I kind of turn my brain off and I play it for a little while, and
Right.
it's great for that.
Nice. Yeah, no, I have seen this game before. Yeah, apparently the Rain of Sand version is like the ultimate version of just
Yeah,
Atlas
it's
Fallen. The definitive
the
version.
definitive
Yeah.
edition. It was on.
I knew it sounded the Rain of Sand is where you threw me off.
It
What
was
the heck is that? I know I've
yeah.
heard
It
of
w-
Atlas
it was
Fallen.
just like full version of it that was on sale
Oh, okay.
recently, so I picked
I
it
got
up.
you. I got you.
Also doing another co-op playthrough or a new co-op playthrough of Wasteland 3 with a buddy of mine he had never played it before.
Shout out to Wasteland 3 throwback there.
Yep, fantastic game. It's one where I'm not going to talk too much about it because I'm pretty sure I've talked about it before.
Yeah, you
but
have.
also, it's like Wasteland 3 is a fantastic game. If you haven't ever played it,
Play it.
highly recommend. It's one of the best entry points for like a CRPG.
Right, right.
What else? Other than that, picked up a game called Void Crew, co-op space exploration roguelite game.
Mhm.
Only done like one run on it, so don't know a whole lot about it. It's a great co-op game.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of
Love your
fun.
co-op games.
It's like little co-op roguelite games, stuff like that. They're great for you and a couple buddies to jump into and play for a few hours for a session, and then come back and do it whenever you want to.
Yeah.
And so far, took a little bit to actually get into and understand what we were supposed to be doing, but once we got into it, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm bouncing for December, not really having game releases. I'm bouncing around playing a lot of stuff, but also a lot of sales recently. So I picked up
ton
a
of
decent
sales.
amount of games that I've been looking at for a while.
Yeah. And it also helps again that you've got, 2 new games coming out, one that you were already looking forward to, one that just kind of popped up for you with Octopath and Winterboro. So a lot of stuff going on this month. And honestly, just really prime for Octopath Traveler, same day, kick off December. Hey, it's a good way to end the year,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I will say my Switch 2 is finally getting some work put in on it.
Yeah. I got Winterboro for the Switch too, and you got Octopath for the Switch. I saw that earlier. When I got on to play some more Prime, I hopped on there and I saw you playing Octopath. Like, oh, he did get it. He is playing it. So shout out to that. For me, I do want to shout, I guess, this game out because it'll be a perfect segue into the next thing to talk about in the weekly wrap up. Is I talked about it before. I'm gonna stress it again. Man, if you haven't played My Time at Sandrock, check it out. That game is so much fun, dude. Like that right now is my continuous game. You know what I mean? Anytime I want to like kind of take a break and not have to focus on too much, not like overstimulate myself. Maybe I've been really sick, been tired. I hop on Sandrock because the story's not like the story's really good, but it's not like anything that you're gonna be lost on at any point. You know what I mean? It's pretty easy to kind of go through everything. Plus, just a lot of it is just go through and build your shit, talk to people, hang out. Go into the mines, go do some mining, whatever. Man, I'm telling you, John, you need to play this game. I think you would really like this game. My Time with Sandrock is fantastic. I am having so much fun with this game. It is my current like constant rotation game. The moment that I need a break of something, I'm going back to My Time at Sandrock.
How are you not like a Stardew guy?
I know, right?
Because you play. That's what you're playing.
I know.
You're just playing a different graphical style of that.
I know. I don't know. I don't understand how I'm not a Stardew guy. I really don't. And I'm going to keep trying. I'm not ever going to give up on Stardew. One of these days, it's just going to click. Stardew is just going to click for me. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it will.
It's just you're not a fan of the top-down perspective.
Because
you don't play a lot of games like that.
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's with Stardew, at least for me, or in the early on, and maybe just the way I've tried playing the game. Because I actually tried playing the game recently. I played it for a few hours recently on the Switch. I think it's just because Stardew is so more heavy focused on the farming element, it feels like. And that's where it's just like those games have never been huge for me. Because with Sandrock, yeah, there's a farming element, but you don't get it until like hours and hours. And your big element to the game is building, mining and building, gathering materials and building. That's your main portion of the game. Do you start farming? Yeah, but it's it's a side element. It's a side element to the game, so it's kind of whatever. But maybe I think it's that. I think it's just that the farming side of things.
You gotta start trying to put you onto some different survival craft games.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what needs to happen.
Because the cozy game might not, like, we keep trying to put you on cozy games.
Yeah.
It's not cozy games that you like. I think we need to put you on survival craft games. That's what you seem to like.
I think so. I think
you don't try them.
Yeah, that's true. I don't.
But when you find something, when you find one that's like almost there, that's what you dive into.
Yeah, because Sandrock's my thing right now, man. I'm having so much fun. Sandrock's a blast, dude. Which actually brings me to the next thing I got in the weekly wrap up. Did you watch the trailer for this Godslayer game?
I'd watched this in full before you sent it to me.
Okay, all right. This game looks sick.
Looks stupid.
No, it looks sick, dude. I'm excited.
Just because
for this.
you're saying it looks sick doesn't mean it doesn't look stupid.
It looks sick. I'm excited for this. Like,
it looks cool, but it also looks stupid.
It looks great. I'm excited for it. Shout out to the Godslayer. This game looks so cool to me. So this is a Sony China Hero Project game. There's no exclusivity deal. It's an open world set in a steampunk-inspired ancient metropolis where you are part of a group known as the Starfall Society, and you are an Elemancer trying to defeat Celestials that have basically taken over the world.
I can give a better run, a much quicker, easier to understand.
Are you going to say what everyone else said?
Yes. This is Chinese Avatar.
Yeah, you said what everyone else said.
It's what it is.
Everyone's like, this is what I wanted my Avatar game to look like.
Alex, it's what the trailer is.
I know.
The trailer,
it looks cool.
The trailer is bending every element.
Yeah. So the elements, also for context, is the Chinese elements. So it's fire, water, earth, metal, and wood is going to be your focus for this one.
Which there's nothing wrong with the description of Chinese Avatar. It is what everybody's going to say.
No, that's what everyone is saying. It's like, I wish my Avatar game looked like this.
It is the most recognizable franchise when it comes to something of this nature.
Yeah.
Especially having characters doing multiple elements at the same time and stuff
Exactly.
like that. Everybody's mind is going to go there.
They're going to look at Avatar. Yeah.
It's one where it looks all right. I want to see a little more in depth.
Right.
I've been tricked by trailers before.
We all have.
I've been tricked by trailers of stuff that I thought looked cool before.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know. I enjoyed what I saw, but I also had that feeling of I need more convincing.
Yeah. No, and that's fair. That's
Which
fair.
You're a little more like in on it already.
Yeah.
I'm a little more like
Let's see.
Show me another deep dive.
Yeah. So here's my few stances on why I'm already in on it. So for starters, I was already in on it before from the moment I saw the trailer, but I want the context to be known. I don't know how, but I straight up missed who was making the game until I saw it on Twitter. Like I watched the
I
trailer
don't
and
know.
everything.
I still don't know who's making it.
It's Pathia, who makes My Time. The My Time creators, they're the one making this game. I missed that completely until like I saw someone share it on Twitter with images of the game and Pathia's logo. I'm like, what? They're making it? And I looked it up. Sure shit. Yep, they are. They're the creators of the game. So shout out to that. That's cool. So like I do have that little extra of like, okay, My Time at Porsche, I have not played that one yet. Christina's played it. I've looked into it. There's such an incredible level of detail and depth to the game. Same thing with Sandrock. There's a lot. I know very vastly different genres, but as a game developer, they really put their soul into it where there's a lot of depth to it. And the same thing looks like out of My Time at Evershine. This game is, obviously a clear difference from what they normally do. They've developed some other games in the past, but I'm giving them the benefit of, okay, you guys clearly put your hearts into the game. So I'm going to believe that you guys are going to put your heart into this game and make a good action RPG that you're aiming to do. Then for me also, I am just a slut for elements. I love element-based stuff with a passion. So that already sells me, but I'm going to go ahead and establish my thoughts on why I'm excited for this game. This game is just going to be a solid like 7, 8 out of 10. It's not going to be a 10 out of 10 banger, but I'm gonna get this game and I'm gonna have a good time with it. It's gonna be one of those. I can already, because I do agree with you. Watching the trailers, watching the gameplay, I can tell like the goofiness to it. Like what you said. That's why I think it's gonna be a solid 7 out of 10 type game. I'm excited.
I mean, I'm gonna buy the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I say I'm not. I need to see more. This is a game that it looks like the type of game I would buy.
That's exactly that. Why I'm excited for it too. It looks fun.
It looks like the type of game I would buy. But for me, this game is gonna live or die. For me personally, by how that combat feels.
Sure.
And you could show me a bunch of videos of how the combat is until I try it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna know if I'm gonna like it.
Yeah. No, I understand. No, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for it. Like I said, it's going to be a solid 7 out of 10 type game for me. I'm pumped for that. Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with just having a solid 7, 8 out of 10 game come out. But like, oh yeah, this is going to be a fun time.
It's been a lot of my year.
I know, right? Yeah, no, I understand. All right, let's see. Next thing I've got, Digimon Story Time Stranger. Again, it's first DLC episode, Pack 1, Alternate Dimension drops 2 days from now on the 8th. And some new Digimon submissions. After that, you can go back to it right away. Yeah, no, me either.
Not right away.
Yeah, no, not me either. I got other stuff I gotta do. I gotta finish Prime.
Yeah,
I want to play Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. I got a couple other things going on.
Got some other games I'm trying to play through right now.
Yeah,
got Octopath I'm playing. It'll be one where maybe when it's closer to like all of the DLC packs being out, and I'm looking for a second playthrough. Maybe that'll be one.
Nice. Actually, I'm gonna have to probably agree with you. Whenever I'm ready for a second playthrough is probably whenever.
That's where I'm at. Cause it's
I'll wait for all the DLC and I'll do. I don't
necessarily want to go back and play it from where I rolled credits.
Yeah, I agree.
I would rather go through a fresh playthrough and then see all the new Digimon and everything from there.
I agree. That's a good point. That's probably what I'll do too, because there's just other things that I want to play right now. I love the crap out of Time Stranger. There's
like
other stuff going on.
Like 6 months from now, they'll have several DLC packs out, and it'll be great.
Yep, they'll be fantastic. I agree. Hey, there's a new Banjo-Kazooie game. Shout out to this. Banjo-Kazooie Mumbo Mania. It's a fan-made game on the PlayStation game called Dreams, which is basically a game creation system. I had never heard of Dreams.
Are you serious?
I've never heard of Dreams.
You've heard of Dreams. It just hasn't been relevant in 10 years.
That might be a better way to put it, yeah.
Yeah.
No, because I looked up Dreams. I saw like the cover art. I'm like, this doesn't... No core memories are being unlocked right now.
It has not been talked about in a long time. You've definitely known about it, but it has not been anything
Okay.
anybody's talked about in a long time.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. But no, the detail on this game looked incredible. Like I watched the gameplay for Mumbo Mania, it looks insane. It looks so insane. Man, I hope, and even Rare highlighted it. I saw that the Rare Twitter account also highlighted this game. Like, yeah, this is awesome. You guys should go check this out. I'm like, man, I hope this creates Banjo 3. I hope Banjo 3 happens out of this. So next thing, Extra 33 Cast is calling for more award categories to be added to the TGAs to highlight motion capture performers and supporting actors. You know,
It's
I feel like we're past the point where it's time to do it.
Yeah, because it's one where we're close to 10 years in now
Yeah.
to where a lot of the most of the big name like games of each year
Mhm.
or like the big name games of like the past decade have all been heavily done with like motion capture and stuff like that,
Yeah.
or like their motion capture performances to where yeah, it would make sense. It's just one where they're very rarely acknowledged.
Yeah.
So there'd have to be a complete tonal shift as far as like the game developers and producers and everything highlighting, making sure to highlight them as well as voice performers. They'd have to, because it is a weird conversation of they'd have to be elevated to it to at minimum where voice actors are, but voice actors are still not really given the credit they deserve.
Correct.
So it's like they both need to be elevated beyond where voice actors currently are, but the motion capture artists really need more credit.
Yeah. No, I think having three separate award categories for like best like lead performance is how you could rename it. Best motion capture performer and best like supporting performer. I think those are categories that make so much sense to me. Like, I mean, because like the way games have continued to expand, and you're right when it comes to motion captures, it's not every day that they get hyper highlighted, right? Like it's been highlighted nonstop with Extra 33, mostly thanks to Charlie Cox,
Yeah.
who also said up front once he got told he got nominated that hey, anyone that did the motion capture stuff, they're the ones who need the
Well, no,
credit.
he named his
Yeah,
he is specifically called out. He's like, this is the guy who did the motion capture. He's the one who did everything for me, made it easy.
yeah, yeah. No, like you know, so that's been highlighted all year. Obviously, we heard all the conversations around why Peter got recasted from the PS4 to the remaster of Spider-Man because of motion capture. The motion capture artist, the new one, the new face fit better with Yuri's face, so it made for motion capture and voice acting to work better. You know, we've seen all about how all the Red Dead 2 team did all their motion capture stuff. You know, the Death Stranding team. You know, like, it gets brought up for like the really big names, but it's like I do agree with you. It needs to be more of a focus because like they play such an important part.
Yeah, it's like they get brought up, but it's usually not. It's just brought up in the context of them talking about using the motion
Yeah.
capture technology, but not the full performances, unless it's like the voice actor or the actor themselves who are doing their own
Yeah,
motion capture performances. But we don't hear about the ones that do the stand-in work
true.
and
true.
do like all of that.
Yeah. No, so I hope that maybe next year that it might get something gets added. Same thing with supporting performers. I think that's a good category to add.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, I
'cause
think that's a great category.
All
to
the
add.
other like a lot of the other big award shows, they do split it off.
Yeah, no,
It's just like TGA is just performance in general,
yeah,
which is I mean we've talked about that, but
yeah, yeah, exactly. So no, I would love to see it. I'm glad that Exorcism 33, you know, like the most nominated game in history, is the one that's kind of leading the charge on that right now. So maybe we can get some good change out of it. And you best believe there's going to be some other studios going to jump in on it too. It's like, oh yeah, no, absolutely change this. So hopefully we can see a change for it next year because I would love to see that. Still on the Exorcist 33 talk, apparently they have announced a Painted Sympathy for 2026 with a European tour. I hope to God it comes to the States. If it does, I'm going. I'll find a show somewhere nearby. St. Louis, Dallas, I don't know. You know, somewhere. I'll go to Florida. I don't care. I want to go. I've been to a few video game sympathies and they were awesome.
I've never been to one. But if this came close,
We're going.
If this came close, I would be down.
Yeah, we're going. We're gonna go. We're gonna go. It's gonna be great. We're going. Go ahead and book it, brother. We're going because I want to go. Would be an amazing show. I hope it comes to the States. And honestly, I think it will. I think it'll come to the States. Obviously doing the European tour first just makes sense.
But yeah, I mean, it's easier for them.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. So no, we're gonna go. I want to go. Some Pokemon news. Hey, Mega Lucario Z got revealed, plus Mewtwo side mission, which, funny enough, is named Project M and was announced a year to the day that Project M got shut down. Talk about the timing on that one. But you can go do the Metroid, the Mewtwo side mission right now in the game. But yeah, Mega Lucario Z looks kind of goofy. I'm not gonna lie.
I have no opinions on any of the megas because they all look dumb as shit.
I still prefer normal Mega Lucario, and I'm the Lucario fan. It's my favorite Pokemon. My Husky's named Lucario. Mega Lucario Z looks cool, but I still prefer the normal. And apparently, with this reveal, they did also add the extra context that apparently the Z Megas are not just another form like how Charizard has two or whatever. Apparently, the Z Megas are actually a better version of a Mega because they have like reduced attack time where they can attack faster and stuff like that. So that any Z Mega is going to be a slightly better Pokemon, to my understanding.
At least in this game.
In this game, correct. Yes. So, I don't know. It looks fine. I mean, it does look cool, but I still prefer the classic. The classic looks so much better because the classic just to me makes more sense. It's like this is like a natural progression of Lucario. This looks like really over the top. They tried to go very over the top for this. So, also, apparently, Pokemon Pokopia is in fact based on Kanto. It's a post-apocalyptic Kanto from the looks of it. There was some data mining and some more leaky-based stuff where, based on the regions that you can go to in Pokopia, it lines up perfectly with the Kanto map, which does make sense because I did point out there was one thing in the trailer that looked like Cinnabar Island to me. So yeah, it's a post-apocalyptic Kanto, and I saw someone make a joke that got a good pop out of me where someone said, "Finally, they nuked Kanto." I'm just like, bro, facts, because I'm tired of Kanto. So we're going back to Kanto, but it's not the Kanto not the normal Kanto. You have to build it yourself this time, which I'm fine with.
The reason we keep going back to Kanto.
I'm aware
because it's the first, and for some reason people like it the best.
I don't know. I mean, I get it's the first, but because it's the first, it's to an extent, it's low key the worst because they continue to build on it and build and build. And that's what you want. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Stop taking us back to there.
Yeah, no, because I saw a video of this guy that I follow who's played all of the campaigns of Halo for the first time, and he started with the Bungie developed ones. He's gonna do the 343 next, and he put Halo. The first one as the worst of the 5, but they're not in a bad way. And one thing that he pointed out that I totally agree with is like, look, like it's the first game. If 2 and 3 and ODST and Reach are better, that's good. You want them to grow from the formula.
Oh yeah.
So it's the same thing with Kanto. Kanto, in my opinion, is one of the worst regions. There's nothing wrong with that though, because it's still a good region. But it's just if they're gonna keep building on the regions, that's a good thing. That's just my opinion though. Nothing wrong with that. It's game progression, baby. Next up, apparently EA currently has no plans for new Dead Space. I'm not a Dead Space guy, but that's unfortunate to hear because I thought the Dead Space remake did like really well. So it kind of sucks to hear there's no plans for any others because like while I'm not a fan, I understand it's a very popular franchise.
Yeah, but it's the remake may have done well, but it's one of those where it may have done it did well enough for what it was, but not enough to justify
doing
like trying to or even trying to make something new.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, and that's probably what it is. Like I said, I wish that wasn't the case because I do acknowledge the importance of the franchise. It was really popular during our 360 era, but like I said, like you just said, it probably just didn't do well enough to justify. Yeah, let's go ahead and greenlight Dead Space 2 remake. So. Sorry, Dead Space fans. Sony is apparently partnering with Bad Robot Games to produce and publish the studio's first internally developed game for PlayStation 5 and PC. The game is directed by Mike Booth, who is the ex-lead designer for the Left 4 Dead series. So this is a game that Zach's going to potentially look out for. Because I know how much he loved those Left 4 Dead series. Yeah, he jumped on Back 4 Blood pretty quickly. So this is one that he's probably going to keep his eye on.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, it's just one where it's like I'll keep my eye on it because it's like those are. I mean, Left 4 Dead's still one of the most popular games of all time.
Yep. Genshin Impact limited edition DualSense controller was announced. Shout out to that. It's gonna be releasing in January. The controller looks sick. I'm not a Genshin fan at all, but that controller's design looks really cool.
It's a real beautiful controller.
Yeah, no, that one is nice. So big shout out to that one. Keep an eye on for that one. I don't know if pre-orders are up right now, but like I said, it does come out in January, like January 23rd-ish, maybe. I can't remember exactly. There's a new Untitled Sonic Universe event film, is exactly how it's labeled. Announced for December 22nd, 2020. This is a dumb as hell announcement to me. Like, just the wording behind it and the fact we're announcing it right now just feels really silly and stupid, but whatever. I made a joke to Christina that it's like, watch, it's going to be a Mario versus Sonic at the Olympic Games movie. Like, that's why they worded it the way they did.
Yeah.
Staying in the movie vein, Iron Lung movie. This is Markiplier's directing debut. This is based on the game of the same name, the movie he's been working on for years. It is coming to 50 to 100 theaters starting January 30th. So keep a lookout for that. If you want to support Markiplier and his directing debut, or maybe you were a fan of the game Iron Lung. So definitely keep a lookout for that come January 30th. CD Projekt Red confirms the next Witcher trilogy, which I misspelled trilogy there, my bad, will release in a 6-year window. We will see.
I saw a graphic. I don't know if it was an official graphic, but it looked like the time frame of their next releases was supposed to be Witcher 4, Witcher 5, Cyberpunk 2, Witcher 6.
Mm.
Is what it showed. I don't know if that's an official one, but I saw a picture of it. I was like, that's ambitious.
Yeah. Well, for the 3 Witcher specifically, because the Cyberpunk team will be separate from the Witcher
Well,
team.
yeah, it's gonna be separate, but it's like
I guess
kinda
the one thing that I guess we could say is that if they're just developing all 3 in the exact same engine and using a lot of the same assets, you could probably go through it.
They've built it there, and it's like it's just they've been working on it.
Yeah.
So by the time we had the Witcher 4 announcement, they might have been working on 5.
True. Yeah, also I keep in mind they got Witcher 1 remake in there too. I just remember that. That's somewhere in there.
But yeah,
All right, yeah, this is ambitious, brother.
but it's like they've probably done the hard part of
Yeah.
getting everything in the new engine. So it's like they have it all there. So it's like
It's
once they have it working, if they already know what the plan is, it's just a matter of getting it done.
Yeah, no, that's a good point because even with a Witcher trilogy, Witcher 1 remake, Cyberpunk 2, even with all of that, if you at least have the engines and assets kind of mostly kind of put together, you could probably go through some stuff kind of quickly, especially if you've already greenlit all storyboard stuff.
Because it's probably the Witcher 1 remake is probably a smaller team of that team.
Yeah.
Who's working on it. So you have your main team still doing.
Yeah. It still feels super ambitious, but I can see where it's possible. You know what I mean? Depending on what they got cooked. But I guess with them making the announcement, that's what their plan is. I guess.
I mean, also
they've all got it all set.
If they manage to pull it off, I mean, great. Maybe other people will get some trilogies out there where we don't have to wait 12 years for a trilogy.
Yeah, I know. If they manage to pull that off, Studio of the Decade. Studio of the Decade. Gamesthetic Awards in 2030. Studio of the Decade Award going to CD Projekt Red. 2XKO launches for Xbox Series and PlayStation 5 in January. So shout out to that. Hytale Early Access will be starting January 13th, 2026. Friendly reminder for this, expect this game to be a dumpster fire. That is exactly what the developer wants. They want it to be rough around the edges. It'll be very glitchy, a lot of issues. They're going to fix it as they go, so have patience on that game, please. Monster Hunter Showcase is set for December 9th. It's just another expansion, maybe? I don't know.
No, well, they do like their little showcase direct stuff all the time.
Yeah,
It's probably just gonna be showing off their next series of updates.
Okay, fair enough. Terminal Brigade is coming to PlayStation's Xbox Series on the 7th, so tomorrow actually. It's a free-to-play PvE action roguelike hero shooter. It's kind of reviewed, kind of mixed on Steam, so you can kind of use that as your basis if you want to go check it out and see what the general reception of this game is currently. Shoot in Order, which is by Spike Chunsoft. This game was led by one of the leads from that, like Danganronpa, 100 Lines, stuff like that, as another game that dropped this year. It is getting a physical release for Switch 1 and Switch 2 next spring. The Switch 2 release is the game on the cartridge for the record as well. Replaced launches March 12th, 2026. That was announced, I think, yesterday or today. So that's cool. And the last piece of news I got is Anime Shop Simulator was announced for Steam. So if you're a fan of all these shop sims, you got another one coming. Anime Shop Simulator, where you can sell some statues and manga and everything of the sort. So shout out to that. So you got any news? Got any gaming news to shout out?
I don't think so.
All right, you ready for Gamestead Game of the Week? You got what you got this week? You ready for it? You got something?
Do I have something?
I can take it if you. I can take it if you want. I don't care.
Let's see.
Called me. Probably spam. Yep, spam.
All right, I got something I can throw out there.
All right, Gamestead Game of the Week.
Gamestetic Game of the Week. We're gonna go with Plate Up.
Okay.
Plate Up is a cooperative, like, cooking type game. Think Overcooked, but roguelite. Is essentially how I would describe this game. It is essentially a co-op, like, cooking type game where you open you start each run by picking a restaurant and kind of what the base ingredients would be, like salad, burgers, steaks, stuff of that nature. And each day of service that you go through, then you can get upgrades to, like, your kitchen thing, like upgrades to your kitchen, your dining area, things like that, so that you can serve more customers, make food quicker, make more money while doing it, things of that nature. And it is one where it kind of becomes hectic as you play through it. So it is one of those kind of like chaos is fun type games the longer the run goes on with your friends. But it's like I haven't played in a while, but it is one where it's like playing it. It usually starts off pretty chill, and as the game goes on, gets a little chaotic, which usually makes for some laughs. So it's one where if you're looking for a like kind of chill, but also just like funny/fun game to play with some friends, and you've played games like this before, because there's a whole section of like co-op games that are in this style for as far as like restaurants, like shops, ships, like shipbuilding, stuff like that. It's a fun genre, and if you're looking for something like that to play with some friends, this is a fun, like I said, kind of like roguelite variant of it. So Plate Up, give it a try.
I also want to read one of these reviews on Steam for it. This review recommended. It says, "I've never yelled at my friend more than this game.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a relaxing cooking game. The first few days are chill, then you're swamped. 10 out of 10 would yell at my friend like an abusive relationship over food again."
That's the way it starts. Like I said, it's like it's chill in the beginning, and then chaos unfolds.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's sitting at let's see, overwhelmingly positive on Steam. It's only $20, so go pick it up.
Yeah, recommend it. Pick it up. It's a fun time with some friends.
Yeah, no, I was reading some couple of reviews there, and they all talked about the same thing about how chaos and like how wild it was with friends. So shout out to that. Oh man, that's funny. That is funny. All right, you got any other shout outs? I got one, but it's completely non-gaming related. That's why I wanted to make sure to save it for the very, very end. You got anything?
I don't think so.
All right. Only thing I've got, bear with me for a sec. This was really cool for me. Is here in my background, I got a new jersey last week. This one right here. Wanted to shout it out. Hawaii Rainbow Warriors number 15 jersey. That is for my favorite college player of all time, Colt Brennan, who unfortunately passed away a few years ago. So I wanted to shout that out. Tyler sent that to me over at Shop Goodwill, which is a great place to go buy jerseys, by the way. And it was in a bidding war. And that bidding war came down to the final seconds, man, let me tell you. But hell or high water, I was getting that damn jersey. So that one is firmly placed behind me. So I was very excited for that. I wanted to shout it out. I'm currently in another bidding war as well. That is also going to be hell or high water. I'm getting that jersey, and it involves the man who is behind me right now, where I've got his entire pro career. His college jersey is currently on there, name stitched in and everything. Hell or high water. I'm getting that jersey, and it's going right here behind me. Mark my words, brother. Let's hit the music. Let's get out of here.
All right, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And if you like what you saw with us here, we do these live streams every Saturday about 6 p.m. Central Time, so you can come check us out then. We will also be live Thursday, I believe it is.
Yes, Thursday, correct.
Yeah, Thursday is the Game Awards, so we'll be live then, so you can come check us out then.
Yeah, and make sure to also keep a lookout for my video dropping on the 13th, Saturday, for the Gamesthetic Awards as well. I will drop a quick video on that. It'll be like 1 to 2 minutes. And I will have the Google Forms list where you can go vote on the Gamesthetic Awards. We're very excited for it. We'll still be live that day as well to kind of give our thoughts on the Game Awards after we've sit on it and like kind of marinated on it for a couple days. Up front, while we're doing that episode, we're going to be watching Saturday Night Main Event, John Cena's final match. So full transparency.
Forgot that was going to be at the same time.
I'm going to have the TV on. We're going to watch it. So full transparency if we get distracted. But yeah, we will be live for the Game Awards. Like he said, we'll have the Gamesthetic Awards. Voting starts next Saturday, so that's going to be fun. And I don't know. Yeah, do everything else. Have a good day. Bye.